Hello, my dear children. Welcome to today's session. So, what are we learning today? Today, we will be learning about animals. So, we will be diving deep into the world of animals. So, when we look around, we can see so many animals around us. On roads, there are cats, dogs. In house, we have lizards, sometimes mosquitoes, sometimes we have rat. Sometimes you might be having dog in your house or cat in your house. So we have so many animals around us. Correct? When we see up, there are birds flying in the sky. So there are so many animals that we see on daily basis. Correct? So we can find many animals around us. Some animals are big, while some are small. So cows are big, but the rats are small, squirrel is small, cat is small. Pet animals. So sometimes when we keep the animals with us in our house and they give pleasure to us, they give fun, we have fun with them and they're almost like our family members. These kind of animals are called pet animals. We keep some animals in our homes. We call them pet animals. Some pet animals are cats, rabbits, and dogs. These are the pictures of the pet animals. And you know what? When there were early men, when we were not all there, and when there were early men, the first animal that early men used to tame, they used to keep with them, it was goat. So goats were the first domesticated animals by early man. We love our pets. So if you have a pet at home, you must be in love with your pets. So we love our pets. They are like family to us. A pet animal is the best companion and source of pleasure. So it is your best companion and that's a source of your pleasure also. Domestic animals. So what are domestic animals? Sometimes what do? We keep the animals in the farm and those animals are very useful to us. How? Some of the animals, they give us milk, or they give us wool, or they help us to grow food, or they carry load for the human beings, or they even carry human beings on their backs. So such animals which are very useful to us, they are called domestic animals, and we do not keep them at in our homes, but what do? We keep them in farms. Some animals are very useful to us. They give us food. They help us in growing food in the fields. Such animals are kept on farms. These animals are called domestic animals. So, can we name some domestic animals? Cows, buffaloes, goats, camels, bulls, sheep, hens, ducks are some of the domestic animals. Why? Let's see what do they give us? How are these animals useful to us so that we keep them in a farm and use them for different purposes. Cow, buffalo, goat, they give us milk. Hens and ducks, they give us eggs. We get meat from hens and goats. Correct? Then camel, sheep, yak, alpaca and llama, they give us wool. So the sweaters, the pullovers that you wear, they are made up of wool. And from where does that wool come? The wool comes from these animals, these domestic animals like camel, sheep, yak, alpaca, llama. Bull, camel, horse and elephant carry people. So some of the animals carry load for us. They carry us also on their back. And which animals are those? Those are the huge and big animals like bull, camel, horse and elephant. Now, there are some animals which are very dangerous and we do not see them on the roads around. Why? Because they are in forest, or sometimes we can see them in zoo, and such animals are called wild animals. Such animals are called wild animals. We cannot see some animals around us and they are found in the forest. They are found in the forest. Some of them are kept in zoo. These animals are dangerous. They are called wild animals. Okay, so animals living in the forest are called wild animals. So you can see hippopotamus, giraffe, bear, elephant, leopard, tiger, all these are the dangerous animals are there in forest. Sometimes they are kept in zoo also and we can see them in zoo. Now, what do animals eat? So do you think all the animals eat the same food? No, the food that your pet animals eat is different from what animals eat in the forest, what animals eat in the farm. So every animal has different needs. They eat different food. Some of the animals just eat the grass, plants, leaves. So they eat the trees, the plants, and such animals are called herbivores. So different types of animals eat different type of food. Some animals eat only plant food. Plant food means leaves or grass or fruits or vegetables. So they are called herbivores. Some of the animals eat the flesh of the other animals. So they eat other small animals and such animals are called carnivores. So some animals eat flesh only and they eat smaller animals and they are called carnivores. And some of the animals, they eat plant food also and they eat the flesh of the other animals also. So such animals are called omnivores. Such animals are called omnivores. Alright, so just see the pictures of the herbivores. There is deer and then goat, cow, elephant, horse, giraffe, camel, zebra, sheep, rabbit. All these are plant-eating animals or herbivores. Then there are some carnivores which eat only flesh of the other animals like leopard, tiger, lion, fox, wolf, crocodile. Then some of the animals are omnivores like cat, dog, human beings like you and me. We eat eggs also. Some of us eat meat also and we eat plant food also like fruits, vegetables. Then there is bear. Then there are birds like woodpecker or crow. Then fox, monk, chimpanzee. All these are omnivores. Now we have to write few answers over here that how are pets different from domestic animals. So pet animals are kept at our home and they are for pleasure, and domestic animals are kept in the farm and they are being tamed for some or the other work. So they use, because they are useful to us, so that's why they are called domestic animals. And what are the pet animals? Like cats, dogs, fish, rabbit. And what are the domestic animals? Cows, buffalo, horse, camel, sheep, goat, elephant. How are domestic animals different from wild animals? So wild animals are kept in forest. They are found in forest or they're kept in zoo. But domestic animals are kept in farms. Then wild animals are not useful to us, but domestic animals are useful to us. Some of the wild animals are tiger, lion, leopard, giraffe, etc. But some of the domestic animals are cows, buffaloes, sheep, etc. Then you have to make a list of the wild animals that can be domesticated. So the wild animals which can be kept in farm, they can be tamed, they can be trained to work for us. Who are they? One example is horse, then elephant. Alright, so bull. All these animals can be domesticated, but they are wild animals also. Now, where do animals live? Like just now I told you that wild animals live in forest, domesticated animals live in farm. So, what are the different names of their houses? Like we have house, animals also have house. Some of them build their own house. For some of them, we build houses. Alright, if we are keeping the animals in the farm, it's our duty to build the houses for them. But the animals who are in wild, they build their own houses. So for example, where does a lion or a tiger live? They live in a cave. Even a bear lives in a cave. Okay. Honeybee, it also makes its own house, which is called a beehive. Correct? Birds, they build their own houses. They build their own houses. Like what are their houses? Nest. Animals also need shelter to protect them from rain, heat, cold and other dangerous animals. So why do they need a house? Why do animals need a house? Because they need to protect themselves from rain, hot weather, cold weather, dangerous animals. Okay? Some animals like birds, bees and ants build their own houses. Lions live in dens or caves. Rabbits live in burrows. And snakes live in holes in trees or land. Okay. So where do snakes live? They make a hole and they live in that. The hole can be in a tree or on the ground. Birds, bees and ants, they build their own home. Pets and domestic animals live in the houses built by us. So what is the house of a dog called? It is called a kennel. It looks like this. Fish are kept in a glass bowl and we can also call it aquarium. Aquarium looks like this. There are bigger aquariums also in which there are many fishes together. We keep cows in sheds. So how does a shed look like? A shed looks like this. Horses are kept in stable. So how does a stable look like? A stable looks like this. We build coops for the hens. So what is the house of the hen called? It is called coop and the coop looks like this in the picture. Alright. We build houses to keep our pets and domestic animals safe. So why do we build houses for our pets? So that they can live in them and they are safe there. We take good care of them and we love them. So we love our pet animals, we love our domestic animals too. So what have we learned today? Pets. Pets are the animals that stay in our house with us. Domestic animals are the animals we rear to get food, to carry load and people. Wild animals are the animals living in forest and they are dangerous. Herbivores, animals eating only plants. Carnivores are the animals eating only flesh. And omnivores are the animals eating both plants and flesh. We see many animals around us. Some are kept as pets and some are domestic animals and some are wild animals. Pet animals stay with us in our homes. Domestic animals are kept on farms. They give us food and help to carry people and goods. Different types of animals eat different types of food. Plant-eating animals are called herbivores, flesh-eating animals are called carnivores, and animals eating both plants and flesh are called omnivores. Animals need shelter from cold, heat, and dangerous animals. So let's do the questions and see what have we learned till now. You have to choose one correct option. Animals who give us food and carry people and goods are called domestic animals. These animals live under the ground, snake and rabbit. This animal is kept in a shed. Cow is kept in a shed. This animal is an omnivore. Chimpanzee is an omnivore. Now you have to write P for the plant-eating animals, F for the flesh-eating, and O for animals that eat both plants and animals. Camel. Camel is plant-eating animal. Horse is plant-eating. Rabbit is plant-eating. Tiger is flesh-eating. Lion is flesh-eating. Elephant is plant-eating. Dog is omnivore. Chimpanzee is omnivore. And cow is plant-eating. Please match the names of the houses with the animals that live in it. Rabbit. Rabbit lives in a burrow. Lion lives in a den. Dog lives in a kennel. Snake lives in a hole. And a hen lives in a coop. Very good. So, you have to answer the following questions. Why do we keep domestic animals? Domestic animals help us in growing food, carrying people, carrying load. They gives us wool, so they are very useful to us. That's why we keep domestic animals. What is the house of a dog called? Kennel. Who are omnivores? The animals that eat both plants and flesh of other animals are called omnivores. Who are carnivores? The animals that eat the flesh of the other animals are called carnivores. So these are some fun-based questions that you can do yourself with your family, with your friends, and have fun with the chapter. Making clay animals is a great way to turn a dull afternoon into an exciting craft day. So what you can do, you can just take different clay with different colors and make different animals by using YouTube or internet and make different animals. You can take help of your parents also. Now you have to circle the animals who live on land and cross the one who live in the ocean, in the water. So crocodile, it lives in water. Cow lives on land. Fish lives in ocean. Rest you are going to do with your friends and have fun. Then you have to find the name of some of the animals that can live both in water and on land. Okay? Also, you can have a trip to the zoo. So please ask your teacher to take you all for a picnic to a zoo, or if they do not take you to the zoo, you can ask your parents to take you for a picnic to a zoo and you can see a lot of wild animals there. So that's all for today. I hope you have learned a lot about animals around you, about your pet animals, about the farm animals and the wild animals. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson thoroughly as much as I did. Keep learning, keep shining. Bye-bye.